They'll face one another. It's the Cortland Red Dragons taking on against the Oswego State Lakers. Welcome, everyone. I'm Trent Wilkinson with Rob Finger with us. We're delighted to have you all with us for Women's Lacrosse here on WTOP. Partner, let's talk about the Oswego State Lakers. They come into this matchup with a 6-game winning streak, coming off their victory against Oneonta with a 17-8 score. But will they be able to keep up with this momentum against this tough Cortland team?
I honestly feel like they will here because they've been winning by quite the margin in their games here. Going all the way back to March 24th, SUNY Poly a 20-2 victory. Then Fredonia 2 days later, 21-6, 20-3 over Morrisville, 15-4 over Canton. And then that one that you just mentioned there, 17-8. Just the winning margins for these Oswego State Lakers here, they speak for themselves, really. They're able to absolutely just dominate in whatever conditions you give them. Home, away, they've been winning by over 10 goals here recently, and that just low of Oneonta, that one a 9-goal difference there. So I expect to see the Oswego State Lakers taking some charge early in this game.
As we get close with a face-off, we have to mention about with the Cortland Red Dragons as well. They're also coming up with a win. A bit of a small margin, though, 10-7 against New Paltz, with Tony Cashman collecting 23 goals and 12 assists for the year.
Yeah, that's small margin of victory there, especially against a huge offense like that of Oswego into this game here. Cortland's really going to have to fight in this game, and obviously the rain doesn't exactly make it any easier on this turf field.
And so let's talk about with Alexis Hill as the key player, as we're in a little bit of a suspense right now of this.
Yeah, just waiting on that opening face-off here, but it should be good. We got a full game of action coming your way.
We're delighted to have all you with us here, as we are just getting ready for the opening face-off to see which of the two teams is going to finish 5-0 in the conference. And we are underway here at Laker Turf, as the Lakers are starting off with the attack. On the drive right now behind the goalkeeper, that's Madison Davis for the moment. Pedaling on back. Turning around behind the goalkeeper. That's Alexis Hill. Plays it back to Quirk. Quirk this time, under 10 on the shot clock. Back now to Davis. Davis plays it. Shot goes wide. And shot clock violation. Cortland will have the ball. This time we'll take it down the stretch into Oswego State's territory. Long toss up in the middle of the field, collected down, and Cortland going into Oswego's defensive zone. A goal can tie it up for Cortland. As Cashman had it for the moment, one of the key players to watch for Cortland. Going behind the goalkeeper this time, and played it on to Cashman. Up the field right now, and played it on back. And as Rob mentioned before, you're seeing the patience and style of Cortland taking advantage of playing behind the arc before they look to go on the attack. Shot was loose, and we got ourselves a foul.
And apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, we've been facing a few technical difficulties back in the studio, but we're glad to be still with you here at Laker Turf. It's 2-1. And now with Cortland, a shot opportunity.
They pass it instead of taking the shot, and it's collected it down, and Oswego will take it to the opposite end. 6.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. A collision happening in the middle of the field. That was Tony Cashman colliding along with Julia Quirk, and it's going to belong to Cortland.
Ooh, you cannot have that happen if you're Julia Quirk. I'm not even necessarily sure she leaned into the collision or anything. It was just open space, open field collision, and unfortunately Julia Quirk was named the blame for that one.
Long toss into Oswego's territory, and they'll utilize the patient style of play to try and find an opportunity to tie this game up. It's still 2-1 favoring Oswego State Lakers. They play behind the goaltender, and they'll play it on over to Cashman. Cashman looking, fires, scores! Tie ball game as Tony Cashman picks up the goal, and it equalizes it at 2 apiece.
And Tony Cashman, her 24th. Oh! Have they just overturned it? I think they may have. Yeah, because that was just a yellow card flashed up by our official there. I think they may have ruled her stick to be illegal. Wow.
And if that's the case, then the lead would remain to the Lakers. And it looks like Cashman given a yellow card. It's a 2-minute penalty as a result. So instead of a 2-2 tie game, it makes it 2-1 Lakers ahead. Possession this time to Mackenzie Wynn, one of the 2 Laker players to score, along with Cassidy Croce. That is why they are ahead by 1.
And you hear the one thing about these Lakers here, they're super vocal out there on the field, just getting plays done, communicating, and that's what's going to drive some success here for them in this game.
Yeah, we can hear it from the booth. Around the perimeter, Alexis Hill had it for the moment, gives it up to Quirk. And you look at the far side of where the goaltender is, and Cortland will have the ball.
Yeah, and that's the risk you run when you try to play that passing game like Oswego has been so far. Just one little missed pass, and you can just give it all away to the other team, and here they come back the other way towards Oswego's net.
They are off to the races right now for the moment. And you'll see that patient play style where they pass back and forth. The previous possession, the goal was overturned of what looked like would equalize the game. Down now to 45 seconds on the shot clock, as they are just on the side of the Lakers' defense. And penalty has just expired for Toni Cashman as she appears on the field, and this is where Cortland will go on the attack. Pass was almost stripped away, but the Lakers will have possession of it, and it is scooped up by Alexis Hill. Down now to 3.5 minutes to go. Davis behind the goaltender, long tossed over to Alexis Hill. And they'll play it on back to Sophie Russian. Added to Cross for the moment as well. And they work around the perimeter. Davis with a long toss, now inside. And peels it away to Julia Quirk. And around the attack, Mackenzie Wynn had it. Rushing over to Hill. Hill looking in the middle, and we get another foul.
And that'll be another free shot opportunity for Oswego. Hoping to re-extend that lead. They really need to get back to that 2-goal lead. Just get whatever cushion they can have, and this is a good way to do it.
Shot and a score. That's Alexis Hill, one of the key players of the game, picks up her 25th goal of the season, and it makes it 3-1 for Oswego State Lakers.
And Alexis Hill, 31 goals on the year. What an effort she has put so far in this game. And in this season as well, leading her team by quite the margin in the goal column. The next one behind her, of course, Julia Quirk, also a goal scorer so far in this game here. But still a 6-goal margin between the two of them in terms of goals. Take a bow, Alexis Hill.
Getting set now for the face-off. 2 minutes, 36 seconds to go. So far, this has favored the Lakers from start to finish, with Cross picking up the opening goal. Following that, Mackenzie Wynn, and just recently, Alexis Hill. It's Cortland with control this time.
Laker goal scored by number 11, Alexis Hill. That goal scored unassisted at 12 minutes, 24 seconds.
Cross from the opposite side of the field and just getting into the Lakers side of the field. Around the goaltender, waiting, shot goes just above. And Cortland will scoop it up and resume on that far end. It's Adams with the ball this time. Flips it across. Turn it around, stripped away. Lakers don't have it yet. It's still loose into the far corner. And Cortland scoops it up.
Although you do have to give a little bit of kudos there to Sadie Zemenek, the one to strip that ball away from Cortland, and if not, get it completely out of their hands, waste some of the time that they have to possibly try and equalize this game somehow.
In front of the goaltender, and they'll peel off for the moment. Cashman now with the ball this time. Looks, fires, just wide. Shot clock running, though, and it'll be Oswego State's ball, and they'll take it to the other end. with 1 minute left remaining here in the first quarter. Gross playing on back to Russian, gives it along to Madison Davis. Back now the Russian over to Zemanek. A little over 30 seconds to go. Long pass behind. That's Mackenzie Wynn for the moment. Over now, Julia Quirk. Quirk looking, fires. May have been off one of the goalies there. But Oswego State will have the ball. 10 seconds left. Pass was deflected for the moment. Cortland scoops it up. Now they do. And deflected off the pass, and the first quarter will come to an end. So here in Laker turf, the score is 3-1. Oswego State leading in this game. And as mentioned before, these are two teams that are undefeated in the conference. And it's certainly an important game, but looks like Lakers are off to a great start, Rob.
Yeah, they are off to a pretty good start here, but the thing is they're not infallible. We saw a couple different mistakes from them, especially in the offensive end, just messing up on passes, not catching passes, things like that. Well, when you play a passing game like the Lakers are playing currently, like I said before, you run that risk. You run that risk of having a bad pass, losing the ball, and possibly turning it over to the other team. And Cortland, while they have not had too many chances so far, what they have been able to do is make good on those chances. They've been able to put it behind Alani Yakovisi to start this game, and they're only 2 goals back here, and that is almost nothing in the game of lacrosse. You can make up a 2-goal deficit like that in just about no time flat, so there's a lot of time still left to go and a lot of time for Cortland to possibly come back, so the Lakers really need to watch their back here in this game.
And it'll be interesting to see as we're moments away from getting ready for the opening face-off here for the second quarter. And so as mentioned before, the interesting streak going on between both teams here. 8-2 for Oswego State Lakers. They're on the 6-game winning streak here. And meanwhile, for the moment, with Cortland Red Dragons, undefeated as well, but 6-4 overall of the season. Looking for news on celebrities, awards, and other gossips, Entertainment News is just a show for you. Tune in at 10:30 p.m. Tuesdays on WTOP 10 for all of the tea. With Rob Finger, Chad Wilson with you here at Laker Turf Stadium. You ever wonder, Rob, that the faceoffs may be an important factor between the both teams as well?
I don't wonder, Trent. I know. Faceoffs are a crucial part of any game because, especially to start off a quarter, it determines who gets the flow quickly here and who gets the first shot. Because even just this season, we've seen goals come directly off the faceoff. We saw one yesterday in the men's game where their faceoff get-off guy was able to get the ball off the faceoff and within 5 seconds run to the other end of the field and score a goal. Those faceoffs are so important.
We see it there, and it's possessed by the Lakers' Alexis Hill to start off in the second quarter. Looking around the perimeter this time, and now they enter into Cortland's side of the field. The interesting thing about the matchup between these two teams is that this is the 35th meeting, and probably no bigger than this. And the fact with Cortland on a 34-game winning streak probably says a lot about how much they have to play for, as well as for the Lakers to try and stay undefeated in the conference. Close to the goaltender, they wrap it around, and we get a foul, as well as a collision in front.
Yeah, that was a huge hit on Alexis Hill. Thankfully, she's able to get up because these lacrosse players, they're made of sterner stuff, and for her efforts as well, she'll get a free shot opportunity here. So Lakers looking to maybe make it a 3-goal game here. We will see.
Alexis Hill picking up a goal to make it 31 of the season. Fires and a great save.
Yeah, Trinity Parks, what a save there made by her. And especially in a crucial situation like that where you have a free shot in front of you, you've got one single shooter, and especially a shooter like Alexis Hill just staring you down. To be able to make that save, it's got to require a lot of mental fortitude as well.
Just got the ball off, a little loose, but scooped up, and Cortland takes it into the Lakers side. Poked away, but a whistle.
Yeah, and I think number 34, or number 36, I should say, Chelsea Weber, was kind of kicking herself as that one because you could see just how scrunched up she was trying to cradle that ball through so many different defenders. And thankfully for her case anyway, she's able to get it back and get a little bit more space now to try and work with it.
And the penalty's going to be on Noelle Smith for only a minute. And we get a whistle right here.
And this will be, I think, another opportunity for Chelsea Weber. Again, I think she'll retain the ball for this one. But I'm trying to see what the officials are looking for here because, yeah, they're indicating, a green card over for, I believe, are they sending Madison Davis to the box as well?
It might be on the coach, but Madison Davis will be the one serving it.
Yeah, 1 minute for Madison Davis.
So 2 players down for the Lakers for the moment. Noelle Smith, number 3 for the Lakers on the initial penalty, and Madison Davis serving what might be a bench penalty on Oswego State. Long toss across, Cashman looking, fires, and scores. Another goal for Tony Cashman makes it 3-2 as the lead is now marginalized to 1.
Yeah, and especially those penalties that the Lakers took there, the one to Noelle Smith and to Madison Davis. You cannot be taking those penalties. It doesn't really matter what the circumstances are. You cannot be taking those penalties because it leads to opportunities for the other team. Cortland just brought it back within 1 goal after just a little bit of offense. It wasn't even necessarily that long. They only knocked 19 seconds off the board in terms of the penalty from Madison Davis before they were able to now bring it back within 1.
Both Smith and Davis are back on the field after serving a penalty, as well as after a goal given up to Cortland. Whistle blows and it'll belong to Oswego State. Davis on the far side, or the near side. Giving it up this time, Julia Quirk over to Sophie Russian. Julia Quirk once more over the cross. Hill looking behind now is Davis. Long pass in front and a score. Cassidy Crouse again. And that goal will make it 4-2.
And Cassidy Crouse, 24th goal on the season. What a goal by her, and especially a good response as well to that Cortland offense, to them making it a 1-goal game. To now re-extend it, it's good to respond almost as quickly as you possibly can if you're the Lakers here. Well done to Cassidy Crouse for doing so.
Only player so far having 2 goals of this game between both teams. And her second goal makes it her 25th of the season, 33rd in her career. Referee looking to even the face-off between the both, and then we'll get things going. But getting back to the all-time history, though, Rob, I find this very interesting, is that this is the 35th meeting between these two teams, and Cortland has won the previous 34. Wow. Probably says a lot of what they have to play for between both teams.
Well, especially Cortland themselves, just in terms of D3 athletics overall, Cortland has always put up fantastic teams, no matter what sport it is. Obviously, one of the few SUNY schools to have a football team, but nonetheless, no matter what sport you give the Cortland Red Dragons, they will always tend to excel.
Aubriana Green was the player that fell down hard on the turf moments ago. Resulting in a foul on Cortland, and Oswego State will have the ball. Mackenzie Wynn this time on the near side. Gives it up to Noel Smith, back in over to Russian for the moment. Quirk up to Kroos. Quirk over to Russian. Long pass to Mackenzie Wynn, picked up a goal earlier. Julia Quirk. Over now to Sophie Russian. Turns, peels off for the moment. Quirk this time over Smith. Mackenzie Wynn this time. Passes it to Quirk. Hill had the ball for the moment. Whistle blows, and Cortland will have it.
Yeah, that's a bad opportunity if you're Oswego there. A big offensive opportunity just squandered like that. You cannot let those opportunities go by, especially in a close game like this where now Cortland has another opportunity.
Fast attack in front.
What a
save made. Wow.
What a save by Alana Iacovici, just able to stare down the Red Dragons, just say no.
Talk about seeing red. And it's Lakers this time off to the races as they're in Cortland's side of the field. And the whistle blows for the moment.
And I believe we'll have a timeout here called, but still fairly close in this game here. We're only about just a little bit over half, or under halfway through the second quarter here. So still a lot of time to play in this game here, Trent. What do you think is going to come, especially in that second half? Do you think we're going to see a lot of the same, or do you think we're going to be seeing a little bit different, a bit of a different team dominating here?
Well, I don't know yet. What I do know, though, is that we're at least seeing some of the patience and style between both teams. I do think there's a little bit of aggressiveness going on between the two in this quarter than we've previously seen in the first quarter. And you'll probably see some light of emotion as well, especially with the bench side of the Lakers, where a bench penalty was given to them. Looks like probably an unsportsmanlike conduct, but that's about it. But nonetheless, though, will be an interesting game to watch between the two into its conclusion. We should probably mention about the head coaches between both teams. Kelsey Van Alstine is the head coach for Cortland. Previously coached at Buffalo State and Morrisville State before coaching to Slippery Rock, a Division II school in Pennsylvania. Then comes back to SUNY, coaching Cortland. Has a career total of 52 wins and 19 losses. Able to pick up 2 SUNY Conference championships, as well as 3 NCAA Division III tournaments. Meanwhile, you got Britt Howard in her 9th season. Before that, used to play at Limestone, with a great career she had in a total of 78 goals and 17 assists. Now in her 9th season, has a total of 72 wins and 51 losses. Used to be assistant coach for a few schools before coaching here in 2017. Oswego looking around, And a shot for the moment, but we'd have a foul, I believe.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be another free shot opportunity for the Lakers here. Looking to get their first 3-goal lead of the game here, but like we've seen earlier, that number 25, Trinity Parks, is a tough nut to crack in terms of getting shots on and getting goals past her.
It's a free shot coming up for the Lakers, and the shot skids wide. And Oswego State will have the ball. With 10 minutes to go in the second quarter, score hasn't changed since Crow's second goal. It is 4-2 favoring the Lakers. And stripped away, Lakers have it. That's Julia Quirk playing it upwards this time to Cassidy Crouse.
Yeah, and what a play by Julia Quirk as well, just to give her team another lease on life, another offensive chance, and just to possibly extend it however they possibly can here.
We've seen her not only play on the offense, but you're seeing a little bit of a defensive battle to get those balls. And we get a whistle.
And I think we'll get another free shot opportunity here for the Lakers. So a little bit of possibly redemption here. This time it's Alexis Hill going for it. But again, Trinity Parks, the graduate of Shenango Forks.
She scored one under this situation. Looks to attack again. It's deflected behind her. And Cortland, with possession, will take it to the other side.
And that was a really good strip there by the Cortland Red Dragons, able to get it out of the hands of Alexis Hill. And here they come the other way. Now they've got, and I believe we've got another whistle blown here. But yeah, not a huge defensive play by the Red Dragons here.
And a green card is handed out.
Oh, so they will put number 19, Sophie Russian,
in
the box for a minute, and then and this is about what I think the third one of this quarter here.
Yeah, third.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, third in this quarter alone.
So yeah, the Lakers really are going to need to clean up a little bit of their play if they want to stay in this contest here, or stay ahead even in this contest.
Cashman had it for the moment. Looking to narrow the margin to one right now, as 2 goals are favored for the Lakers, but they are down a player. In front, and a whistle blows.
And now it's Cortland who's going to get that free shot opportunity. Ooh boy, this could be deadly.
Nicole Iapoke with the ball. Passes it behind the goalie. And another whistle blows, as this time it will be Cortland taking the free shot again.
Yeah, and this time it looked like they handed the ball over to number 12, Brooke Elizalde.
Elizalde to take it this time for the Red Dragons. Was positioned behind the goalkeeper this time. They play it in that same setup. Long toss over to Adams. In front. Shot. Scores! Elizalde picking up the goal for Cortland, making it 4-3.
And Brooke Elizalde, the sophomore from Ronkonkoma down on Long Island, making it a 1-goal game as well and drawing the claws of those Dragons ever closer.
Down by 1 again. And things position up, and then we'll be ready to go. For Elizade, after picking up that goal, makes it her 15th of the season, 18 of her career, accumulating to 16 points and 22. One of her greatest sports thrills was winning the SUNY championship last year in her freshman season, which is one of the two in the last 3 seasons for Cortland to win the SUNY title and appearing in the NCAA tournament. Into the far side now, the Cortland side of the field. Cork had it for the moment, gives it to Lacrosse. On the hill, Lacrosse, and now back to Cork. Just some back and forth patient passing you are seeing right now. It is Lacrosse looking for Hill. Scores! Madison Davis at the side of the net. 5-3, Oswego State Lakers.
And again, like I said earlier, it's all about responding to that other team and being able to respond quickly. And that 1-goal lead certainly did not last very long, and the Lakers are able to make sure that it doesn't, just to stay just that little bit ahead in a contest like this, where being that little bit ahead is going to matter at the end of this game.
Madison Davis makes it her 18th goal this season. And with that goal, makes it 97 of her career. Five to 3 as we're halfway in the second quarter. Lakers recently picking up a goal. Madison Davis becoming the 4th different player of the game today, picking up a goal for the Lakers. Up in the air, and it will be Cortland possessing it. They'll peel back a little bit as you're seeing the pressure being added on by the Lakers attackers as the ball gets away for the moment. Cortland will still retain it. A poke with the ball for the moment. Now they play it around the goalkeeper, twisting it, shooting, and a score. A score for Cortland makes it 5-4.
And this is going to be just such a back and forth and back and forth and back and forth game already. As I believe that's Ashley Malilo who is responsible for that one for the Cortland Red Dragons, that one being her 10th goal of the season. And Cortland back within 1 here, and it's just one of these teams has to score 2 in a row, but they just have not.
You almost wonder going into this if this was going to be a score-gami game.
Possibly.
Well, 5-4 is the score. Lakers still out ahead with 6 minutes, 49 seconds to go. Controlled by Alexis Hill, poked away off the pass. And it's Cortland this time with possession of it. That was Rachel Rempe getting the poke off that pass. Feeling the pressure for the moment. Whistle blows. And Cortland will still have possession of it.
Oh, and I think they'll send another one to the box here. That one being number 4, Cassidy Croce. Yeah, another green card. That's 4th now of this quarter.
And once more, Lakers are down a player with a green card given. As Red Dragons will have a minute to try to tie this one up before it goes even strength. Ball loose in front for the moment, but Oswego State has it. balancing it for the moment. Zemanek had to deal with two players for the moment and gives it up to one of her teammates. Madison Davis now on the attack. Ball was stripped for the moment, and Cortland's got it. Looking at taking it to a fast break for the moment here. Malilo, who picked up a goal the last time. Behind the goalkeeper, down now to 10 seconds on this one-man advantage before we go full strength and we get a whistle.
Oh, yeah, no call.
Another green card.
Milena Vassilo for that one. Another green card.
Well, I jinxed myself there, Rob.
I was about to say, yeah.
Yep.
Commentator's curse is real, my friend.
Oh, it's painful.
Don't I know it?
5.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. What looked like Oswego State was going to be at full strength instead. In these next 3 seconds, they're going to be down a player again. Long toss to the far side, and we get a whistle.
I think we'll get another free shot opportunity now. Ashley Malilo again.
Picked up the goal the last time for Cortland. Has an opportunity to tie this one up.
She would choose not to shoot here. Interesting.
Yeah, instead peels off. We talked a lot before that Cortland looking at playing this patient style. A little bit of unorthodox this time, though, but still going with that patient strategy. Around the goalie's perimeter for the moment. Maya Polk had it for the moment. Plays it on back. Now they look around the perimeter and we get a whistle. Foul will be on the Lakers.
Yeah, and they'll get another free shot opportunity. And I think
might be another green card too.
Yeah, Sadie's. Oh, this is a yellow card, so 2.
Oh, yellow card, so that would be 2 minutes.
Wow.
Sadie Zemanek. Sadie Zemanek given the yellow card. And Cortland once more with this free shot opportunity to try and tie this one up, and they peel back again.
Yeah, because it's now about 7-on-5 there in the attacking zone.
The ball went into the net. It counts, and it's Tony Cashman picking up the goal.
And Cortland now tying Oswego. Tony Cashman. What a goal that was, and able to just make good use of that man-up opportunity, and I believe that is her 24th or 25th goal of this year here.
It's her second goal of the game.
So 25th then.
Yep. Had a chance to tie it up earlier, but was given a yellow card for stick violation. This time no violation after checking it. And we got a tie ball game, 5-5. Mentioning it with Tony Cashman, it's been a illustrious career for her in her freshman year, her first season playing for the women's lacrosse, earned a third-team All-SUNYAC honors, then would be elevated up to second-team All-SUNYAC in her sophomore year, and would be given the first-team All-SUNYAC in her third and fourth season, and was also chosen as the SUNYAC Attack Player of the Year last year, scoring 88 points with 75 goals and 13 assists. All that to now with 25 goals of the season, giving her 218 goals total with 74 assists and 292 points at least. Looking to become the fifth player as well, or the fourth player to register 300 points in her career. Cortland with possession as they are behind the goalkeeper, looking to take the lead for the first time here today. They'll swing it on back behind the perimeter, and they'll go on the attack. They'll peel off again once more. Look out in front, and a comfortable save made. Stripped away, and they will not count that as a goal.
Yeah, I was about to say, that is a little bit too cheeky there by Brooke Elizalde. You can't quite do that, unfortunately, even though you'd want to take the lead here. I appreciate the gung-ho-ness, but you got to play by the rules, unfortunately.
And it remains 5-5 with under 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter. It's Green that had the ball for the moment, gives it to Kroos. And a light toss over to Quirk, as well as to Smith. Long toss behind is Madison Davis. Green looking over to Davis. Long toss over to Smith. Flips it back to Quirk. Quirk looking for options. Finds Davis. Back to Smith once more. Gives it to Mackenzie Wynn. Wynn looks, plays it along. Quirk looks, peels off. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Long toss. Wynn lost the ball. She was looking to attempt the shot. And the whistle blows. With Cortland gaining possession.
Yeah, I was about to say, Trinity Park's way out of her net here. She's not protected out here, so I was about to say she might want to run back towards the relative, at least, safety of her crease, but now playing a little bit of defense as well.
Down to almost the final minute of this first half. As it's been a magnificent game between both Cortland and Oswego. Both teams looking to end the game being 5-0 in the conference. But they'll have to play another half momentarily. Cashman this time with the ball. Whistle blows. Inside. Looking for the moment. Iapoke had for the moment. And a foul was called as it was Melillo who was looking to get a shot in.
Yeah, Melillo again will get another free shot opportunity. And a big chance for Cortland to take the lead back here.
Got the shot off and it goes in. Ashley Melillo again with a goal, and it's the first time that Cortland has taken the lead.
And Ashley Melillo, if I'm not mistaken, her second goal of the game, bringing her to 11 on the season so far.
Yep.
Bringing Cortland up now for the first time in this game. And the Lakers really kind of need to be pressing a little bit of that panic button, because that's now 3 unanswered goals from the Cortland Red Dragons that they're really going to need to address in this second half coming up.
Down to 35.5 seconds to go in the second quarter, with the Red Dragons picking up their first lead of the game. Off this face-off, scooped up by Cortland. And it's Cashman taking it on the attack. Cashman, and we get a whistle.
And another free shot opportunity. Tony Cashman now with it. So this could be a deadly combination here. As Cashman has quite the shot.
Scored 2 goals so far in this game, including one that tied it up 5-5. Save made, and Oswego State has it.
What a save there by Yelena Yakovisi, especially to just stare down that shot and take it herself. What fortitude from her.
Whistle blows as the clock continues to run. Down to 5 seconds. And the second quarter ends. The score so far is 6-5, favoring Cortland Dragons. Rob, your thoughts onto this first half?
Onto this first half, I think the first quarter of it was very much dominated by the Lakers here. They had the lead for quite a while, but then they just started to slow down. It wasn't necessarily like full-on stopped. It was very much like a slowdown in the last about, I'd say, 10 minutes of that second quarter here. They really need to pick up the pace because Cortland's been at a fairly steady pace over the course of this game here. Oswego needs to match it, if not beat it, if they want to win this game. Because now they're the ones down a goal here. They've got to be the ones to essentially pick up and drive the pace of the game here.
And so far, that's where things stand. 6-5 is the score for Cortland, as Tony Cashman and Ashley Malilo are the 2 players that have scored 2 goals, and Cassidy Croce with 2 goals herself for the Oswego State Lakers. Any thoughts that they may make an impact carrying into the second half?
I think they're definitely going to be making an impact, and obviously those X-Factor players here, Tony Cashman and Cassidy Croce, boy, oh boy, what they've been able to do so far in this game. Obviously, Cashman now with 2 goals. Cassidy Croce, I believe, with either a goal or possibly 2. Am I correct in that saying?
Yep, 2.
Yeah, 2 goals for either of them in this game. And relatively, I feel like this, especially compared to Oswego's games previous, this is going to be a much lower scoring game here. So each and every goal is going to count. So like I said, we're gonna see both of them shine a lot better in this second half, where it's a lot higher stakes.
All right, and 6-5 is the score right here. Cortland Red Dragons recently picking up the lead for the first time late in the first half. We'll be right back here on WTOP.
Will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges. You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No. Spin the wheel. Oh, you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
Back here at Laker Turf Stadium, the score is 6-5. Cortland Red Dragons getting the lead right here. This game started off with Cassidy Croce picking up the first goal for the Lakers. Following that, shortly after, Mackenzie Wynn picked it up, and then Emma Dempsey would score it to try and equalize the game up, and then Alexis Hill would pick up a goal, one of the key players of the game as well, to make it 3-1 in that matchup. And then Toni Cashman in the second quarter of this game picks up 2 goals herself, as well as Ashley Melillo. And then you got Cassidy Croce with her goal again, and Madison Davis scoring her goal with Brooke Elizade picking up her goal as well. And here we are right now, Rob, with the second half about to begin in about 5 minutes from now. Let's talk about the key players, starting off with Toni Cashman in particular, picking up 2 goals of this game.
Yeah, Toni Cashman, she's been just such an impactful player here in this game. Just not only necessarily because of the scoring ability, but just because of how quick she can be and how just the speed that she has. And as well as that shot that I was mentioning, when she got that free shot opportunity, a big shot like that, and it's as well kudos as well to Alana Iacovisi for being able to stare down a shot like that coming right towards her.
Yeah.
What a player Toni Cashman is. I mean, she came into this game here with 35 points, leading her Cortland Red Dragons team with Nicole Iapoke just a point behind her. And then under them, it's 20 points down to the next people. So Nicole Iapoke and Toni Cashman both have been such a dynamic duo for Cortland all year, and especially Cashman as well, leading in the goal column. 23 coming into this game, and now 25 with the 2 coming into this second half here with those 2 in the first half. And we'll talk as well about you mentioning Cassidy Croce as well on the Oswego side of things.
Yeah.
She came in with 27 points so far on this year so far, and if you just look at the points column as well for the Oswego State Lakers, it's a ton more than Cortland. That's not to degrade Cortland at all. It's just Oswego's been able to score and score and score, and Cassidy Croce has been such a big part of that. She's third in goals coming into this game here with 23. Only Julia Quirk with 24 and Alexis Hill with 30 or above her. But especially in this game here where she already has 2 goals, she's the one that's shining so far in this game here.
She's certainly making an impact, as she's the only Laker to have scored more than just a goal in this game. Picking up 25 goals of the season, as well as 33 in her career. That accumulates to 29 points of the season, as well as 41 overall. And then you also got Alexis Hill, while not as much making an impact as Croce, she is sort of effective in this matchup.
Yeah, and Alexis Hill as well, already with a goal to her name. But if you look at the shot column as well, the shots that they've taken, Cassidy Croce has taken 3, Alexis Hill has taken 3. It's just Cassidy Croce has been able to make her shots count more. She's got 3 shots on goal to Alexis Hill's 2, and 2 goals out of those 3 shots to Alexis Hill's 1 out of 3 so far in this game. So maybe we see Alexis Hill pick it up here in the second half, but so far it's been a story of just Cassidy Croce ruling the roost in terms of Oswego.
During the timeout in that second quarter, you asked me if we're going to be seeing something similar or different between the 2, so now I got to ask you the same question. Do you think there's going to be any changes or adjustments between the 2, or are we going to see the similar style of play?
I think we're going to see that goes. I think that this 6th goal from Oswego, or from Cortland here, the a 6th goal from Cortland really has to. But, yeah.
Well, we're getting close to getting ready for the second half. As the score right now is Cortland Red Dragons 6, Oswego State Lakers 5, with Rob Finger, Trent Wilkinson with you here. Delightful to have you all with us. It was this closely contested as well as an important matchup between the two, as we mentioned about it before during the pregame introduction, that both teams are undefeated in the conference matchup. One of them is going to be sharing along with Buffalo State and go 5-0 in the conference this season.
Yeah, and just that conference play as well, and you mentioned it earlier, just that automatic bid to the NCAA playoffs from something like that, it's gonna pay dividends towards the end of this season here. Whoever can stay towards that top of the SUNY, and especially when it comes to tournament time, who can just get things done, who can get it done when it really counts. Because while these games, yeah, they're conference play, it makes the seeding for that tournament, and obviously you want to have the easiest route to the SUNY championship that you possibly can. So games like this really do matter, even though it's just a regular season game.
These are two of the best in SUNY, along with Buffalo State. And now we are getting ready for the second half that will decide who goes 5-0 and who goes 4-1. Second half face-off about to begin right here. So much vocal passion, as you can hear, Rob, between the two players as the opening face-off gets underway. Ball loose for the moment, whistle blows, and it'll be Cortland with possession. Rachel ramping off to the races for the moment for the Red Dragons as they look around the perimeter, going on the attack to start off the second half. So far, a bit of a similar setup as we have seen all throughout the first half. Just waiting patiently for an opportunity to get a shot and see if it becomes a goal. In and around the goalkeeper, and then they'll peel off the perimeter. Now this time behind. That's Melillo for the moment. Plays it on back. Down to 30 seconds on the shot clock. Double team for the moment. Looking, shot, blocked away, and it goes behind. And Cortland with possession of it this time, down to 20 seconds on the shot clock. In front, shot. May have rang off the post. They caught that as a shot on goal that resets to 60 seconds. I think that one might have hit the post right there, Rob. Emma Dempsey had a goal earlier today. She looks to go on the attack. Twist around, looking, still with the ball. Had it lost for the moment, and now Oswego State has it. On the far side, this time, for the moment she had possession, it was Alexis Hill. Now goes in the bench for an in-game substitution. Russian this time on the near side. Peels up, swings it around. Ball loose for the moment in the middle of the field. And Oswego State still has it. Facilo, now it's still loose again. And this time it's Cortland with possession.
Yeah, Cortland's been so aggressive just to start this third quarter. They clearly are going to want it more here as we come towards the end.
Cashman with the ball for the moment. Peeling on back. And it's Adams this time for the moment. Gives the ball up. On the attack, Bennett for the moment. Intercepted away. Nice interception this time. That was Zemanek. And she's off and running along with the attack. To Madison Davis. Holding on and walking it backwards as she has the other players on her squad going to the attack. Davis. To Green, now to Quirk. Flips it near the line. Win. Looking, feeling the pressure. Plays it along now to Green. Lost the ball, but a whistle. And Oswego State will have possession of it. And Green holding on to the side. She might have taken a stick off of that. And we get a stoppage of play for the moment.
Yeah, just waiting for the play to ensue here. Well, and I think they're making an adjustment to the clock here, if I heard the chatter in the room right next to us correctly. We'll see if it changes. It's at 10:45 right now. But we will see what happens. Oh, I think they were meaning the shot clock on the end.
A little bit of a shot clock adjustment. Game clock still remains as it is. Quirk feeling the double pressure. Gives the ball up to Smith. Now turning it around, and Cortland this time has the ball.
Yeah,
and whistle blows. It took a while.
I was about
the
to
play
say,
finally
yeah.
stops.
Yeah,
I
Cortland
believe there's a timeout.
Yes, Cortland, yeah, we'll get a timeout here, but Cortland, like I said, being a lot more aggressive in Oswego, especially on opportunities like that you get in the other end. Those offensive opportunities you have to, and those offensive possessions even, you just have to capitalize on them in this game. And what I was about to say before I kind of blanked during the halftime was I really think that sixth goal from Cortland is going to sort of light a fire underneath the Lakers here, but so far I don't see it. So far I don't see that fire. The Lakers really need to kind of sort of get on their proverbial horse here, or else Cortland is going to run away with this game sooner than later.
They do also have another quarter left to go, but the margin from what I'm believing is more important than it is to say we need to get it into the attack immediately.
Yeah.
You think they should still play with a little patience?
Yeah, especially for, you still have a lot of time left. We're only just over halfway through this game here.
Yeah.
So you need to use all that time that you can, because if you wait, you're not going to have enough time to possibly take it back. Obviously, it's only a one-goal game now. But Cortland is, with their aggressiveness right now, they're looking to extend that lead, and they probably are going to extend that lead if Cortland, or if Oswego, I should say, doesn't, like I said, equal their aggressiveness and equal their level of play.
It is interesting how we started the first half. It took 38 seconds for one of these players to score a goal. We are 4 minutes and 44 seconds into this, and we have yet to find a player who has scored the first goal of the second half. Play resumes as we're 5 minutes into the quarter. And it's Cashman that starts it off for the Red Dragons. This time dumps it to one of her teammates behind the net. And around the perimeter they go. Looking this time, and they'll peel away. Guy now with the ball for the moment to Weber. Weber in it for the moment, peels away, possesses the ball after it became loose. Dembinski with the ball, plays it this time to Cashman, had it for the moment, and the whistle blows. Or it's Iapok, and she has it, but a whistle blows. Iapok was the one that took the shot, had the steal for the moment, but the whistle blows, and Oswego State with the ball. Russian poke from behind. Ball is still loose. Scoops it up mid-air. And we'll toss it back to Madison Davis. Long pass this time to Green. Plays it along to Quirk. This time to Kroos. Quirk. This time to Green. Davis in position, looks. Finds Green. Green waits. On now to Quirk. From behind. They play it out of the perimeter. They wait. Quirk this time. 30 seconds on the shot clock. He'll have it, plays it back. Quirk. Swings around behind the goalie. Looks, twists us around. Gives it up to Wynn. Wynn trying to scoop it up. And the Lakers do have it. I think that was Quirk that has it. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Hard collision. The ball went behind, but does it count?
No goal.
No goal.
Or do they? Oh, yeah, we're going to need
the
injured professionals for this one.
Injured timeout. And they'll have a stoppage of play as we're nearly halfway in the third quarter. Well, there is a player on Oswego State Lakers, Rob, that we should mention about. Is on the quest to becoming the 14th different player in program history to score 100 career goals, and that's Madison Davis. So far, she's got a goal, and with that goal, it brings her to 97 of her career, and she is just on the cusp of becoming another player added to have 100 goals scored in total of her career.
Yeah, and it's such a milestone as well for Madison Davis, especially as that grad student, native of right here in Central New York, of Whitesboro, right in town just outside of Utica.
Yeah.
And for her to be able to go to college right here in Central New York and do such a milestone for that local team of hers, it's a great feat to see, and as well as we see on the field here. Looks like the player who it is. Unfortunately, I cannot quite tell, but thankfully they will be helped off the field here. And it looks like, as well, the goal will count. 6-6 is now our score. So a little bit of, unfortunately, a sacrificial play here, but still, she's given her team a tie game now, and it's a brand new one here for Oswego.
That's Aubriana Green, by the way, the player that's injured. And she is credited with a goal for Oswego State to tie this one up.
Yeah, well done by the freshman from Canandaigua.
That
Well
gives
done,
her 11th of the season. And the assist will be credited by Mackenzie Wynn on that play. Tie game, 6-6, 7:42 to go in the third quarter. Face-off underway. Up in the air it goes and collected down. Sophie Russian.
Assistant number 6, Mackenzie Wynn. Time to go 7 minutes 18 seconds of the third quarter. Green.
Davis this time with the ball. Looking for a teammate, plays it on back to Kroos. Work at it for the moment. Win. Russian this time with the ball, plays it along the hill. Now this time to Davis. Smith. Now to Davis. Long toss over the win. Scoops it back up. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Davis. Long pass again. This time to Alexis Hill. Hill. Looking. Turning around.
Wow, what a save. What a save made there by Trinity Parks.
Stripped away for the moment. That's Julia Quirk. And the shot clock will make it to 90 seconds. And now we got a whistle and a timeout is called with 6 minutes, 5 seconds to go in the third.
Yeah, and a timeout called here by the Oswego State Lakers. And a big goal coming there from Aubriana Green as well to tie it up. And now, especially on that last play, it looks like Oswego's getting a little bit more life here. It's a brand new game, so anybody can get it from here on out.
And as both of us know that this game's going to get intense, it's going to be passionate, or rather the fourth quarter, is going to be a lot of intensity between the two.
Yeah, especially if it stays as close as it is right now in these last 6 minutes. That fourth quarter is certainly going to be an every woman for themselves.
If you're just joining us, as Rob mentioned, we got a tie ball game because of Aubriana Green, as it's 6-6 right now. And what do you think about this half right now? I mean, only one goal have scored, but does it change your perspective to what we may see going forward?
Honestly, I don't think it quite does. I don't think it does necessarily change my perspective. This game has been closely fought on either side, and yes, while Oswego has been sort of slowed down towards the back half of that first half, I'd say that they've now sort of picked it up. They had a little bit of a slower start to start this third quarter, but they were able to make enough defensive plays to deny any opportunities from Cortland. And, of course, that rather sacrificial goal from Aubriana Green. And it just goes to show as well just how passionate some of these players can get and how driven some of them are to just get that next goal, get that next point, get that next opportunity, and to not squander it anymore.
Play resumes after the timeout. Oswego State with possession of the ball right here. Hill to Quirk. Dumping it back and forth outside the perimeter before they think about attacking and looking to get the goal. Hill over to Davis. Davis holds. Plays it to Alexis Hill. Smith. Win this time. Near the side of the goalie, long toss over to Smith. Lost the ball for the moment. Smith still has it for Oswego State.
That was a good pick there by Noelle Smith to just reach over the line and grab it.
With 30 seconds on the shot clock this time. Davis turning, looking for a teammate as she still has the ball. Smith stretching it out, collecting it. That's Russian. Near the attack, and Cortland's got this one.
Yeah, huge defensive play here from the Cortland Red Dragons. They've got to get some more offense going here, especially towards the end of the third quarter, because they want to have that lead going into the fourth.
Malilo this time to one of her teammates' shot blocked away, and Oswego State with the ball after the whistle.
Yeah, and I think they're going to push Addison Costello back a little bit because she was ready and raring to get that ball out of her own end here. And she'll look to do it and look for an option to, or maybe she'll just almost lug it herself, but yeah, she's got to find an outlet.
Blocked away, dealing with double pressure. That was Mia Mitchell, by the way, in the last possession that was going on attack with a shot that got blocked away. And she's got the ball this time. Behind the goalie, they scoop it back up. Mitchell again, down to 60 seconds on the shot clock as you're seeing the patients around the perimeter, and this time they're inside of it. Guy looking for options. Give it up, ball loose, and a free shot coming up.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity for Cortland to answer that goal from the Lakers. It's been quite a few minutes now since that goal was scored. And Cortland still has yet to answer it, but now they get arguably their biggest opportunity since.
Now we got Chelsea Weber with a shot that goes high.
Yeah, and they will give the possession over to the Red Dragons here.
Scores! Ashley Malilo picking up the goal. The Red Dragons hold on to the lead. It is 7-6.
And that's a big response from Cortland as well. And just saying, hey, that lead that we got, that was not a fluke.
And for Ashley Malilo, ties along with Tony Cashman with 3 goals so far in this game.
Yeah, and a well-fought game as well by Malilo as well. We talked about Tony Cashman during the halftime, possibly post-game. We may be talking about Ashley Malilo.
Yeah.
You never can tell.
Third goal of the game makes it her 12th of the season. .306 left remaining in the third quarter. Red Dragons holding on to the lead. Possessed by Cortland after winning the faceoff. And Cortland goes off and running to the attack. Her men had it for the moment, and the whistle blows. It looks like we're going to get a card.
Yeah, I think they're going to be sending number 32, Rachel Rempe, to the box here. First time for Cortland either all game or quite in a while anyway.
It's worth mentioning that Tony Cashman earlier received a yellow card, the stick violation of what looked like it would be a 2-2 tie game. This will be the second for Cortland, but first for the green card, as the Cashman card was a yellow, putting her in the penalty for 2 minutes. This one is just a minute. There you see number 15 back in the game is Aubriana Green. Was injured for the moment. We saw her with a bit of a side injury a little before that.
Yeah, great to see her back out.
Another goal for Cassidy Croce, and now she joins along in having 3 goals in this game. Tie ball game 7-7.
And Cassidy Croce not giving up the ship. What a goal it was for Cassidy Croce, just to get right out in front, able to put it behind goaltender Trinity Parks. And now equal again we are, and that one not quite the sacrifice goal that we saw earlier.
2:17 to go this time. As Cassidy Croce started off the game with the opening goal, and And 2 goals later ties it up at 7. Up in the air and possessed by the Lakers, off and running. Julia Quirk had it for the moment. And the whistle blows.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if Julia Quirk quite knows exactly what is going to be going on with it here.
Sadie Zemanek had to change the lacrosse stick. And that's why we got a stoppage of play for the moment.
Yeah, we'll get things going once again.
Long toss to Wynn and to Maddie Davis. To Alexis Hill. Hill looks, turns it around to Green. Quirk had for the moment, played it along to Kroos. And to Smith, Kroos back to Quirk. Finds Davis, 60 seconds on the shot clock. A lateral this time to Green. Up forward, ball loose for the moment, picked back up, that's Hill. Hill looks. Waits, finding options, plays it back. Win inside. Poked away, and Cortland has it. And we'll take it to the other end. Down now to the final minute of the third quarter. Tie ball game is 7-7. It's Adams with the ball up on the far side of the field. They work it around the perimeter, on the perimeter. Malilo this time twists around and peels back. Settling things along with her teammates as we're down now to the final 30. Dempsey double teamed. Ball loose on the ground, and Oswego State has it. It's Russian. Long toss near Davis for the moment, scoops it up, plays it way far out. And this third quarter will come to end with a score 7-7 as we got the final quarter. And then we'll see who goes undefeated in the conference play. Well, Rob Finger, what do you think about the third quarter of that?
This third quarter, while it was not as necessarily as high scoring as some of the other quarters we've seen, I think that was the one possibly with about the toughest play, like most gritty, most like really getting in there sort of play and aggressive play. Because like I said at the beginning, Cortland absolutely came out swinging in the beginning of this third quarter. And then Oswego, it took them a little bit of a while, but thankfully they were able to match it. And I think especially that sacrifice goal from Aubriana Green, and thankfully she's able to get back out onto the field there. I think that was probably what lit the fire underneath the Oswego State Lakers to tie it back up, to bring it back. Because if you think about it, Cortland only scored once in that entire quarter, and it was Oswego outscoring them to bring it back to now tied at 7 apiece. Here with now only 15 minutes left to go in regulation.
One thing you are right, though, is that we are going to have high scoring because looking at the history of the last 34 games, the fewest goals in total has been 14 between either side. That's what it looks like right now, and it looks like we won't be making history as to that.
Yeah, especially because these two teams have been quite solid throughout their entire existence here, and especially both of them coming in undefeated in conference play. One of them is going to come out. It has to come out on top, and this last quarter is going to be the most important thing, especially for both of these teams in this season here. I think, especially with the play scene here between the two of them, we're probably going to be seeing them later in the season, if not somebody else fairly high seeded.
We've been saying it like a broken record, but this is an important game, and as Rob said, you will see some of the intensity going on here in this quarter. Someone's going to finish 5-0 along with Buffalo State in the conference record, depending on these last 15 minutes right here. It will be either Lakers or it will be Red Dragons. Getting moments away from now for the face-off of the fourth quarter, and we are underway. Hill had it for the moment, but Russian will collect it, but still loose for the moment, and this time she has it. Russian in the middle of the traffic is looking to find her teammate ahead. And the pass will go to Cortland as a result.
Yeah, just that little poke from Cortland going the other way just makes that difference between getting the pass done and it going out of bounds and into your hands. And that's a good heads-up play from Cortland, just to tip it that little bit, get it off target, and now it's in your hands.
To the attack is Cortland. On the defense is Oswego State. He forced Oswego State a turnover after a bad pass. And it's Cashman this time with the ball. Airs it out long. This time near behind. Malilo turns the corner. Looks, shoots, and it goes wide. It'll count as a shot on goal, and Cortland will be the one possessing it. And there's a goal. That's Mia Mitchell in front. And the Red Dragons will hold on and make this 8-7.
And Mia Mitchell, the junior from Akwesasne. Well done by her, and now it's a Cortland upper hand once again. This game has been as about back and forth as we see the goal right here. What a play made by Cortland. And now just getting that one goal edge here, and that edge is what's going to matter coming into the late stages of this game.
Interesting story about Mia Mitchell is that she used to be a member of the lacrosse team at Massachusetts Lowell for 2 seasons. Played in 9 games, scoring 9 points on 6 goals and 3 assists. And contributed to 4 ground balls and 2 caused turnovers. And here she is now picking up her 12th goal of the season. With 2 assists, racks up a total of 14 points this season. Rampe with possession of the ball for the moment. Iapoke tripped from behind. Foul will be on Oswego State.
Yeah, they'll give that one back to Nicole Iapoke. And Cortland, another big offensive opportunity here.
They work it behind, and now they go around the perimeter. The Red Dragons. Mia Mitchell picking up the recent goal for the Red Dragons to lead. Iapoke turning around for the moment. Mitchell. Or peels back as well, or rather that is Dempsey that had it for the moment. Double team for the moment, and we get a foul.
Yeah, they'll bring the flag out for this one. And another free shot opportunity this time once more for Ashley Malilo. And they could take their first 2-goal lead here with this one.
We've seen a lot of styles during these free shot opportunities for Cortland. And they'll play it back in passing with the teammates. Iapok with the ball. Turns, shoots, deflected away. Rather wide. Red Dragons now down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Shot goes wide. Red Dragons still with the ball, this time to 5.
I was about to say, they almost caught.
And a save made, and it still remains a 1-goal game.
Yeah, I was about to say, what a save from goalie Alana Yakovisi. She almost, she took a little bit of a risk there by running back towards that end line to try and get the possession for Oswego, but it caught her out of the net, but unfortunately Cortland was not able to get the shot on while Yakovisi was outside of her crease.
Lakers on the attack, down by 1. Wins, swings it over to Davis, behind the net. Davis turns, shoots, scores! Tie ball game. Madison Davis with her second goal.
And Madison Davis, what a response. These Lakers are not out of it yet.
2 goals for her. That makes it 98 for the career of Madison Davis.
Yeah, and we see the goal again right here. What a goal there by Madison Davis. Takes a little bit of a tumble afterwards as well. But what a play there by Madison Davis. 8-8 is the tie.
Down now 11 minutes and 8 seconds in the fourth quarter. Man, just a great game it's been all throughout the first 3 quarters. As we're just a third of away, and now we get a stoppage of play going on.
Yeah, I think they'll require a new ball here, it looks like. Yeah, they'll get a new one from the scorer's table over there. But once again, the one way I describe this game is just neck and neck. There
Certainly has.
I don't, if I'm remembering correctly, I don't think that there's been a margin of more than 2 goals in this game entirely. Because it was Oswego leading by 2.
Yeah, they led 1-3 to end the first quarter.
Yeah,
Yep.
So it hasn't been more than a margin of 2 in this game so far. And like I said before, in the game of lacrosse, that is not a lot. It might as well only be 1 goal.
Yeah. There have been 3 separate occasions where the Lakers have led by 2. The largest margin for Cortland has been 1 so far. And that happened on 3 separate occasions for them. Lakers in control. Madison Davis with her second goal is the recent goal that ties it up at 8-8. She has it again. Davis waits. Peels back for the moment. Win. On back to Quirk. Quirk finds Davis. In front, shot, scores! Mackenzie Wynn, in front of the goalie, picks up the goal. Lakers take the lead, 9-8.
And the Lakers have retaken the lead once again. What a goal that was. 10-12 left in the fourth quarter here. As we load our replay here, what a goal, as they call a timeout as well. And Cortland really needs to be sort of examining what's been going on in the past couple minutes. They've given up the lead, tried to get it back, but now it's the Lakers up a single goal once again.
Mackenzie Wynn with her second goal of the game. That's 12 for her of the season. Mentioned about her experience where she was part of the 2022 team at University of Indy, winning the Division II National Championship. And here she is right now, one of the impactful players on the field right now, Rob, in this game as Lakers are ahead 9-8 with 10-12 to go in the fourth.
I say from here as well, if you're Cortland, you have to come out doubly aggressive as you were coming into the second half here. That beginning of that third quarter, they're going to have to double that effort here because these Lakers, they're back at it. They're back on their horse, like I said earlier. They need to now it's essentially the ball is now in Cortland's court. They have to essentially pick it up and get back into the pace of things because the Lakers now have them by about a length here.
Just coming out of the timeout is the Cortland Red Dragons. And moments from now will be Oswego State Lakers. We talked about this all time. This is the 35th meeting. The previous 34 have all been won by Cortland. The smallest margin of victory has been 3, and it happened in the same year in 2018 between these two teams. And here are the Lakers now, narrowing it to a 1-goal game and try to win for the first time ever against Cortland in their all-time history. And they got 10 minutes and 12 seconds to hold on to that lead. Mackenzie Wynn is the recent goal scorer for the Lakers to give them the lead, and an excellent catch made by Julia Quirk off the faceoff. Lakers will possess it in their attacking zone. Wynn has it again, plays it back over to Green. This time it's Quirk over to Kroos. Hill, long toss to Davis, on to Wynn. Smith, long pass over to Quirk. Does the same to Hill. Hill, looking, turns. Flag up in the air, and it'll be a free shot attempt for Alexis Hill.
And this is a big opportunity. The Lakers, especially going into the last 10 minutes, they're going to want as much of a cushion as they can possibly get. And with these offensive opportunities that they've been getting, they got to capitalize.
Hill scored one of those earlier. She'll take the shot again. And that one deflects away, but the Lakers still have it. Davis. Long pass to Green. Green looks, turns around, shoots. And that one was blocked off. And a collision happens, and that's twice now Green takes a hard fall from that collision.
Yeah, and it looks like she's feeling a little bit, but she'll.
I was going to say she's been taking a beating throughout this game, or throughout the second half.
Yeah, and well, she's obviously got a goal to show for it, so it's not like she's leaving empty-handed with bruises.
Free shot coming up for the Lakers. Green will pass it along to Madison Davis. Davis still in control. 20 seconds on the shot clock, though. Wynn looking to turn the corner. Now down to 10 seconds. Shot. Scores! Madison Davis for the third time. 10-8 Oswego State.
And Madison Davis take a bow, making it to 10 for the Lakers, and they are back to their 2-goal lead here. And does that bring her closer to the 100 here?
She's on the cusp. She is on the cusp. She now has 99 goals of her career. Should she get this gold, she would be among the 14 players. She'd be the 14th player to get 100 goals of her career.
And what a goal that was by Madison Davis. Hats off to her in this.
In her time with Whitesboro, she had 21 goals in her freshman year. The following year would be 38, and then her junior would be 48, and in her last season with Whitesboro, 62 goals, and that accumulates to 169 goals when she played in high school. Also used to play in soccer as well, picking up 4 goals in her sophomore career, 1 goal in her junior year, and 4 goals in her senior year, totaling to 9 goals in that sport.
Wow, what a play there by Sophie Russian to just try and get it off of the face-off there. But,
Too high on that
a little bit of a
pass, and that'll belong to
pass.
Cortland.
And that is not good for Oswego.
Yeah, sorry about that, Rob. I was going to say too high on that pass, and it'll belong to Cortland.
Yeah.
Around the perimeter, the Red Dragons are down by 2. So far, that's been the largest margin for Oswego to lead. I poke at it for the moment near the corner of the net. They peel it on back and play it along to Dempsey. In front. I think that one got poked away for the moment, and it's scooped up by the Lakers. On the defense, they're looking to go on the attack. Through the traffic, that was, for Oswego State, that was Catherine Nash, and the whistle blows. And a green card is given out to Cortland.
Yeah,
That's
that'll be
Mia Mitchell. Halfway in the fourth quarter. A 2-goal margin favoring the Oswego State Lakers. Cross to Hill. Long pass to Davis. Hill. Cross to Green. Quirk to Smith for the moment. Win. Over to Quirk. Near the middle, that's where Green is positioned. Plays it along to Hill. Hill had to scoop it back up and plays it back to Green. Win stretches it out to collect the ball. Green shoots, deflected away.
But I think we'll have a free shot opportunity here, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, yellow card. Yellow card for a slash, it looks like.
So the foul and the yellow card on Aubriana Green. That'll send her to the bench. Cortland was at even strength for a moment. Now they got the advantage with Oswego State being down a player.
And this is not the advantage that you want to give the Cortland Red Dragons if you're the Lakers here. You're now down a player for a full 2 minutes, and that's going to matter. Oh, but here's an opportunity.
Stripped away, and that was Noelle Smith who poked it away.
Yeah, but unfortunately, with the shot clock where it is right now, they're not going to – unfortunately, they can't afford to just pass it around the whole time while that penalty is going, because they'll have to take a shot before that penalty is up.
With a player down, that favors with Cortland. as they have 1:15 left to kill on this penalty. Long pass down. That's Mackenzie Wynn. They have a fall down for the moment. Wynn still with possession of the ball, though. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Still looking. And now Quirk plays it along. Gross turns. Davis collided hard from behind, and she is grabbing her knee. And gets back up.
Yeah, so Mackenzie Davis, or Madison Davis, I should say, will get a free shot opportunity here. This could be 100.
5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Davis shoots.
Just
and wide.
Now with that shot clock being added a little bit more time, now they can afford to actually pass it around.
Davis with possession of the ball deals with one-on-one.
Yeah, that's Bridie McGuire who's trying to push her out there.
30 seconds, and Davis now had a lane for the moment, peels away and plays it off to one of her teammates.
And we are even strength here. Oswego's been able to kill it off.
Down to 15. Lakers at even strength. Near the perimeter for the moment. Down to 5 seconds. It's Quirk now with the ball. Turning, and goes down hard.
Yeah, so Julia Quirk. I'm wondering if they'll give her a free shot opportunity, but that's a yellow card here for Bridie McGuire on that huge collision.
That'll put a player down for Cortland with exactly 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The Lakers are still ahead by 2.
But they could make it their largest margin.
Instead, they'll peel it back. You almost wonder if Oswego State's trying to work with the clock, with them ahead by 2. Almost feels like there is no sense of panic mode for them.
Well, you got to think they've got a little bit of a cushion, and obviously they can afford one mistake, but they've made much more than one mistake in this game so far here, especially on the offense like this when they have passed it around. Those passes sometimes can go a little bit wild, and that leads to Cortland possession, and all of a sudden Cortland has the upper hand in it. But still, especially in situations like this where people get a little bit crowded around, and now it's in Cortland's hands.
On the near side, and we get a whistle, and the air horn went off as well. 3 minutes, 8 seconds to go. 2-goal game, as you mentioned, Rob. No sense of pressure for the Lakers, but to afford one mistake, and then it becomes huge afterwards.
Oh, absolutely, especially with this last 3 minutes and 8 seconds. We've got a minute and 8 of that going to be spent by Cortland, a player down, but then you get into that last 2 minutes, that almost 2-minute warning per se, but you get into that, and then it's everything. You empty the tank there. That's where you give it all. That's where you go the hardest that you possibly can, especially in a game like this where Cortland doesn't want to drop this one to Oswego. They haven't dropped one since, what, you said that they've played 35 games and the last 34 have been won by Cortland? Yeah, they don't want to. And when did they start playing each other? Because you were able to say that earlier as well, right?
Yes.
They've started playing each other years and years and years ago. Cortland doesn't want to give up that one victory for the first time in Lord knows how many years. It's for Cortland, you got to be like, all right, it's lock-in time. We need to win this game, And we need to prove that those 34 games in a row were not a fluke. Like, they're not over. That time is not over. So, you got to think so.
They first played each other in April 2nd, 1995. Cortland picking up the victory 20-2, one of the largest margins of victories of all time in that series. And here we are 30 years later in their 35th meeting. And we're down with 3 minutes and 8 seconds for the Lakers to try and hold on and pick up their first win over Cortland in their program history. The goals have been interesting, especially with the stats put up by Madison Davis. 3 goals, 4 assists, accumulating to 7 points of the game for her.
Yeah, I was about to say, and especially as she searches for that final 100th goal here in this season. Obviously, she's probably going to get it this season. No doubt in my mind about it. She possibly could get it today. There's still enough time left to make it happen. But like you said, she's been absolutely phenomenal in this game. 7 points from 3 goals and 4 assists, and of course, as well, Cassidy Croce with those 3 goals put on the board by herself. And you got to look at Cortland as well. You've got Ashley Malilo with that hat trick as well. So a hat trick of hat tricks so far in this contest between these two teams.
And you also got assist in addition to that for Cassidy Croce, making it a total of 4 points of the game for her as well. And speaking of hat tricks as well, at least in the assist category, you have Mackenzie Wynn scoring 2 goals of the game, but she also has 3 assists.
Well, it all comes down to this last 3 minutes and change. We'll see how it turns out.
3 minutes, 8 seconds to go. The whistle blows, and Cortland, down a player, has possession of the ball after calling a timeout.
And the Lakers are absolutely hawking her right now.
Cortland turning the Jets as they get into the attacking zone. That is Rachel Rampe with the ball. Long pass, almost stolen away. Mia Mitchell collecting it for the Red Dragons.
Yeah, these Red Dragons are fired up now. You can see that they're going about as hard as they are. They are truly emptying the tank now.
Weber with the ball for the Red Dragons. Peels it back. Down to 40 seconds on the shot clock. As they look to score a goal, this is Cashman in front. A collision and a foul. That'll give a free shot opportunity coming up for the Red Dragons.
Yeah, and that is the opposite of what you want if you're Oswego. You've knocked about a minute off of the board so far. After that, you still got 14 seconds left as we see the replay right here on that play. But still another big single shot for Tony Cashman here.
Cashman's shot, or it may have been a pass, one of the two. Either way, it goes behind the goalie, and Cortland will still have the ball with 2 minutes, 8 seconds to go. They are 8 seconds away to go full strength as they still have a player outside of the field, and now she comes back on. And the pass sails away.
Oh, will it roll out? Oh,
it's still in play.
Yeah, but number 10. Yeah.
Alexis Hill this time with the ball for the Lakers. As the Lakers will look to kill the clock down and pick up what is one of the most important SUNY matches for them this season. Still dealing with the pressure going on here. And we get a whistle.
Yeah, and Tony Cashman was almost going on autopilot right there. Doing a little bit of that Terminator, just finding the next target and hounding them. But boy, oh boy. Now the Lakers have a little bit of space and breathing room.
Hill plays it along to Davis. Davis racking up the most points out of any Laker with 7 of the day. Hill feeling the pressure, has to peel down the last 50 seconds. Ball is loose. Red Dragons pick it up. They look to attack and a hard push down there. Cortland will still have the...
A little bit of trouble, but I think, especially for Cortland, it may be a little bit too late, but still, you've got some time if you're Cortland.
And it's Aubriana Green heading to the penalty box again for the Lakers, given a green card. "35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Almost stolen away. The Red Dragons still have it. Here's a shot. Saved away. Rebound by the Lakers.
And
Hill.
they're just trying to ice it here. She'll get free. They'll rule the possession for Oswego.
Nice evasiveness.
Shoved over, though, by Tony Cashman.
4.5 seconds left. And so at long last, after 35 matchups, the Oswego State Lakers have finally picked up their first victory ever against the Cortland Red Dragons.
What a game here, Trent. What a game.
Certainly was. 10-8 the score here at Laker Turf Stadium, and we said it before and we'll say it again, Rob, this has just been a magnificent game between both teams in contention for SUNY championship.
Yeah, I'm predicting that, especially later in the season, we're definitely going to be seeing these two teams again.
And it's worth mentioning as well, with Buffalo State's victory last night, they are 5-0 as well. So we're down to 2 teams that are undefeated in the conference here. Rob, your final thoughts to this?
My final thoughts, just hats off to the Lakers. Hats off to Oswego for beating Cortland for the first time since 1995 when they started playing, the two of them, when they started playing women's lacrosse. What a game it was, and you could see just from how quickly the team ran onto the field to surround Alana Yakovisi, their goaltender. You just could see just how elated this Oswego team was to win this game here.
Well, just a magnificent performance. We talked about Madison Davis as well. 3 goals, 4 assists, putting up 7 points of the game. And meanwhile, for Tony Cashman, picking up 2 goals and 2 points of the game as well. Well, that'll do it for us here at Laker Turf Stadium. The final score here is the score of Oswego State Lakers 10 and Cortland Red Dragons 7. The next Oswego women's lacrosse game will be this Saturday, April 12th at 11 a.m. as we got a rivalry matchup between Plattsburgh Cardinals and the Oswego State Lakers. For Rob Finger and everyone here at WTOP 10, I'm Trent Wilkson. We wish you a wonderful night here at Laker Turf Stadium.